So here we are again. So as promised, we are going to do some fish tank maintenance. I brought this video forward a little bit because, well, I've got to do it because unfortunately one of the fish has died. It's in there at the moment and it will poison the water. So if you do have any fatalities in your tank, it is important to get that fish out as soon as possible. Now the problem I have is, and I'll give a close-up in a bit, is the fact that the fish has swum into the square tube at the back here where he'd been hiding. I've been trying to get him out, but I couldn't get the fishing net that I have in there. But he's now died in there, which is a problem because I've got to get the fish out of there somehow. But it also brings me on to an important tip because it's something that I have overlooked. I mean, when I first got this tank, it had a sand bottom in it, which had got a lot of dirt in it, and I couldn't get it clean, so I stripped that out and I put the blue gravel that you can see in now. But where the heater is, there's like a square metal plate there, so to keep them away. Although there is a small hole in that, which is kind of stupid, which is how the fish obviously got in there. And there's a lot of dirt and crap in there that I haven't cleaned out. So obviously that is something to keep an eye on. If you do have a tank, there's a tropical fish tank and you've got the heater square, make sure you're cleaning in that corner as well, because although it's obviously not in the gravel, it's still not really good for the water. Although I do know the water in the tank is good because it has been tested. So basically every 2 weeks you should do a water change. Now obviously that's not draining the entire thing, but about 20% of the water, and you need to get into the gravel as well and obviously try and suck any dirt and fish poop and all that kind of stuff out. What I also do is generally tend to take all the things out and just give them a scrub under a hot tap, just to get any dirt and stuff off them as well. Obviously not using any chemicals, because the one last thing you want in your tank is a load of chemicals. And that's of course no one's designed for it. As you can see, I do have some stuff down here. So this is tap safe. I can't remember if I've mentioned this before. It just makes normal tap water safe to put in there. So I do use that, but don't use too much because again that can still throw the balance levels off. I've got an algae one which I do when I clean it. So every couple of weeks I just put a bit of that in. And this was because one of my fish did have a little infection. This was a Trees bacterial infections, but unfortunately that is the fish that has died, even though he'd actually got over the bacterial infection. So I'm not entirely sure what has killed him off, unfortunately. Like I say, I do have this just to get rid of any bits and pieces, but that's not a very good one. I'll show you the one I use when I do a clean in a minute. So I'm going to get all the stuff together. I'm going to take all the bits out of the tank and we'll just go through a quick cleaning process and obviously try and get that poor dead fish out, which is sad. But I mean, I haven't finished populating there is one more type of fish I want to get in there, so obviously I'm going to have to get I'll get another one of the ones that's passed away as well, because he was like supposed to be the big fish of the tank, but sadly not to be. So give me 1 second. Right, so this is what I use to clean the glass with. It's getting close to needing a replacement actually. So I find this is a lot better just to go around the glass with. I've got my net because obviously we've got to try and get the late fish out of there. This is where I'm going to put the stuff we're going to take out in, just so I don't drip everywhere. And then this is what we're going to use for cleaning. So you can pick these up at any pet shop or places like the Range. You can get like electric ones and things like that, but they don't generally take the water out, whereas this one does. So this is why we're going to use this one. And it's literally just a hand pump, so it's very simple to use. So I'll put this down there for now. The one good thing is you will be able to get to see the catfish today. He will be rather grumpy in a moment because I'm about to kick him out of his house. never done that before. Trust it to happen while I'm filming. Now, just before I take the last piece out, that's the biggest piece, what I've got to do as well that I forgot is turn off the pump. That would be the light. That would be the pump. So I'm also going to take this out. Whoa! Sorry if I'm in the way a bit. So we're just going to unclip the top. Take the tube off. We're going to clean all that as well. Now, what I'm going to do is grab this. This is going to really upset the catfish. No, it's not, because he's not in there. Well, I'm not sure where he's gone. Oh, he's down in this corner. He does that. When he knows it's cleaning time, he'll sometimes come out early and hide. So I'm just going to take these to the bathroom. In the bathroom. I'm not going to show you me cleaning the stuff in the bathroom, but literally I'll tell you basically what I do. It's fairly simple. Rinse out the plastic cover, take the filter out, rinse the filter out, rinse all of the ornaments and give them a scrub with a scourer under hot water. And then that's it. I don't use any chemicals or anything like that. I mean, obviously, this is just how I do things. I'm no professional. There may be proper ways of doing it. It's just what I found has worked. So what I've now got to try and do is retrieve this poor fish, and then we'll get to cleaning the water out. Right, so I've been trying to get the dead fish out. Unfortunately, because in that corner is so dirty, every time I try it's just stirring up the muck in that corner, which is making it really difficult to see. So I'm going to keep trying, obviously, because I've got to get it out one way or the other. I've got to find some way. But what I'm going to do in the meantime is just show you obviously how we go about cleaning getting the water out and cleaning the gravel. So you've got your tube here, so you just get it into the gravel, give it a couple of pumps, let it fall out, move on to the next spot. So all fairly simple. If you do want to just clean your gravel and not empty the water, you can get like electronic ones which just suck up the dirt and that from the ground, and they're not too bad, but just bear in mind, you still should obviously always be trying to change the water every 2 weeks, at 20, about 20%. So I will try and get some close-ups of some of this as well for you, just so you can see what I'm doing a bit better. But that is pretty much it. It's fairly simple. It doesn't really normally take long. Obviously today's going to take me a while because I've got to try and get that fish out somehow. Which is going to be a problem. I mean, what I've got is, I can't get the net in, the suction won't work, so what I've got is I've got a spoon. So I taped to a pencil, which gives me enough length, but like I say, every time I try it's stirring up muck, so I'm going to be a bit more careful. But I'll give some close-ups of the tank obviously in a minute, of how it is and what we do, and that corner as well, just so you can see, obviously, because obviously the fish being sadly dying isn't an error, but the fact that I haven't cleaned that corner out is my error, so I'll show you that too. So yeah, I'll show you that, and then after that I'll put everything back in and we'll be done. Right, so I've managed to get the fish out, so that's one less worry. So I'll just give you a quick close-up of the tube working and obviously the state of play with the corner. If you'll be able to see it, I'm not sure. So hopefully you'll be able to see this. So you can see, just suck up a little bit of gravel, let it back down. A little bit of gravel, let it back down, and just move around the tank doing that. Now I'm not going to get the whole of the floor of the tank done today, just because obviously we've been doing a lot of work in that far corner, but that's fine. Let me just grab the camera and give you some close-ups. So as you can see, this is the tank when it's empty. It's just got the sand in it. There's the fish you never get to see. Look, hi, we've seen you now. And then this is where the heating panel is, and it's down there that basically there's been a lot of dirt that I'm just trying to clean out now, and the hole on the side there unfortunately is where that fish got through. But I think even before then he wasn't very well because he'd been somewhat antisocial. But yeah, so that is all of that. I would do the glass before I've done it. Before I do the thing, so if there's any crap on the glass, then it gets thrown into the pebbles and then I suck it back up. So obviously do this before. The only reason I haven't done it today is because I'm cleaning the tank out early due to obviously the dead fish. But basically I would just do this, but go obviously all the way down to the bottom, back up, down to the bottom, and just do that all the way around. And then obviously do what we've just done with the squeezy thing. Now on average I take out, this is a 60 litre. Now normally it's not so dirty, but it's absolutely black today because obviously I've made that mistake of not thinking of cleaning out this corner. So if you do get one, or you have got one and you haven't, excuse me, and you haven't checked that out, check it out because it's probably filthy and could affect the quality of your water. So yeah, pretty much we're all done with the cleaning for today. So like I say, normally I would do the glass first. Well, I would take all the ornaments in and the filter out first. Do the glass with the big sponge, because like I say, these things are just really for if there's something in the interim, and then obviously do all the gravel. So hopefully that's helped. If you'd like to see anything else or anything like that, drop a comment. I'm going to empty this water, go and clean up bits, and I'll come and put them back in, and obviously you'll be able to see the finished product, finished result, and then obviously it's just a case of topping it back up. And there we have it. Obviously I'm going to fill it up in a minute. Oh, one thing I'm going to put in, because it's cleaning day, is I'm going to put some of the anti-algae stuff in. So literally just a cap of that. Now if you have had an algae problem and you've cleared it and you put some more of that in, it can go sort of a white cloudy. If it's white cloudy, it's good, as long as it only lasts a couple of days. If it lasts longer than that, go and get your water checked quickly, because there could be a pH imbalance. If that happens, change 25% of your water again about 2 to 3 days after you've done it, and then do the same thing again 3 days after that, and it should be fine. So that's an issue that I had. So there we go, they're all back in, everybody seems happy, it's all clean. It just needs obviously the water topping up, which I'll do in a minute. There you go. That's a bit of fish tank maintenance for you.
Jet plane headed up to the sky, spread wings and the clouds getting